Hello, everyone, and we are back with another episode of The Breakdown, where we talk about big topics and make them simple. Today, I'm so excited. We're going to be talking to George Gascon, former DA of San Francisco and current candidate for DA in the County of Los Angeles. Known as the godfather of the prosecutor reform movement, George is the most progressive prosecutor to ever hold office in the United States. Tell people a little bit about yourself and how you got started, what motivates you today, and what drove you to run for the office.
I went in with a very clear focus in reducing mass incarceration. I felt that you could actually be safer as a community if we reduce mass incarceration. To do a comparison, LA County incarcerated 4 times the rate that we did, and their violent crime was up. And we became very aggressive about not prosecuting juveniles, children as adults. We thought that that was not a good way to go. We implemented a lot of restorative justice models, working with people to sort of better their life. And really that became my world.
Wow. Thank you for sharing all that, because I think it's super important for people to know exactly what the DA and why you're so invested in solving all the issues we have right now. I don't know if you want to say in your own words why it's so important, the work that a DA does.
So it goes everywhere from how do you prosecute cases, how do you deal with the police, whether you deal with the environment, whether you deal with consumer, whether you retract yourself so that there's money available for other things. These are all things that a district attorney plays a major role in.
We are literally just 5 days away from the election, and I want to ask you, why is it important to vote in this election, and what do you think is at stake?
People like me, we're an older generation. We'll be gone. This is the world that you're going to inherit. So what you do now can have a tremendous impact in how your life is going to evolve in the next 10 or 20 years. And I know that when you're in your early 20s, you're not thinking about that stuff. But trust me, it does matter.
For those that are still on the line, I know you talked a lot about this already, but how can we really push those people that are still skeptical about voting to vote?
We, in the criminal justice system, we can send you to adult prison at age 14, but yet we tell you you cannot vote until you're 18. So I'm very, very much of a proponent of bringing the voting age down to even 16, but we have 17 now. But for those of you that can't vote, because maybe you're 16 or whatever, become engaged, get informed, talk to your brothers and sisters that can vote. Make sure that your 18-year-old brother or sister does go out and vote. Make sure that you have opportunities to volunteer in the campaign. I think there's just so much at stake. So if you're eligible to vote and you think your vote don't count, listen to somebody who's been around a couple of times around the block. Your vote counts. If you look at the 2016 election, Trump won by really very small margins in some counties, and that's why he is our president. If you believe that we need a different president, you should vote, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. And I actually am super intrigued now that I know about the environment stuff, because I had no idea about that before, that's for sure. And so thank you again for joining. I'm going to let you leave before I close this out. I appreciate you for taking the time. I know you're busy. We have 5 days, so best of luck to you. Everyone, please go and vote. If you have any questions that we haven't covered, go to electjustice.org to get more resources. And I'm Caitlin. Stay tuned for more simple answers to big questions here on The Breakdown.